Hi, I'm Brian, Service Manager at Whole Latte Love, and today I'm going to show you how to do some group maintenance on your Profitec Pro 300.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're going to replace a gasket, right? And
yeah, so I got
things clean.
Everything kind of laid out for us here. You can go as deep or as little as you want on this if you're just trying to do a quick clean out. I'm going to show you how to do that, but also brought everything to replace as well. So you have a replacement group gasket, replacement shower, and this is a shower gasket that goes up between the shower plate and the group. So you'll see that when I take everything off. I've also got some Molly Coat for our lubricant and a brush for cleaning. And if you need it, Cafiza and some water. Warm water works best with breaking down the Cafiza, so keep that in mind. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tilt the machine on its back. This is not a step you need to take. We're just doing it so that it's easier for you guys to see what we're doing here. Working on it like this is totally fine, especially if
this makes for a weird camera angle.
Yeah, it's just, you're looking at my forehead or something the whole time. It's just kind of weird. So, machine is unplugged. You're welcome to do this servicing with the machine plugged in and on if you want to. It's hot, so I don't really recommend doing it when it's on. But, if you're crazy like me. So, now here you can see the group head pretty well. Nice, good lighting. So we've got a screw in the center here. That is a 3mm Allen screw. You just go in there. This should not be on super tight. If you've done this before, I'm going to say this probably too many times in the video, don't over torque this when you put it on. It doesn't need to be torqued on. It does nothing but make your life hard next time you do it. So usually you'll have this happen when you'll drop off with the screen and the shower plate. So just push down on the screw and everything kind of separates. You can replace the screw if it starts getting worn, but that's just another reason that I say don't over torque it. Because then if you never over torque it, you won't ever have to worry about replacing that screw. Okay. Shower depends on how long you've had it and what you want to do. If it's getting really old and nasty looking, then just replace it. If not, you can just make your little Cafiza bath there, give that a soak for 10-15 minutes while you're doing the rest of the work here, and you'll be good to go. So I'm going to set that to the side for right now. Set that to the side for right now.
Now, could that holding plate go right in there too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Everything there can go right into that Cafiza right there if you want.
Okay.
The next thing we're going to go for is what's still inside here. Now you can see this is the shower gasket, the little red one, or littler than this one. That you just pop right out with a pick.
Okay.
And on the actual group gasket itself, I'll show you on this, and just in case you can't see it there, you have these little slots here, spaced out periodically. Those are great access points for being able to get your pick in there. Doesn't get a lot of space, but enough extra space. These,
grip on that.
Yeah, just a little bit of grip on it, and then just kind of poke a little bit. So
now it could be a little more in there, right? It's a fairly
this is
a new machine.
This is a fairly new machine, so this is coming out extremely easily. If this is your first time doing this ever and you've had the machine for a couple years, it's probably going to be a lot harder to get out. The older the gasket is, it starts getting hard, and it's not uncommon for it to not flex at all and pop out. So I always recommend changing these before they start to get hard so you don't have to fight tooth and nail to get it out of there.
So, I mean, it totally depends on use, but maybe once a year kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, they're really not expensive. They run you like $10 or something like that for the gasket. So if you did that once a year so you never have to worry about doing all the crazy things you see on YouTube where you got to put screws in it and extract them like the Hulk. Just replace it once a year and you never have to worry about it again, or replace it with a silicone gasket and it'll last even longer, but it's all up to you. But also, just general maintenance on it will also dictate how long it's going to last.
Okay.
So, again, this is a nice, clean relatively new machine, so we don't have a ton of buildup in there.
If we did,
what we would want to do is use the solution that we already have our shower plate and screen soaking in. Just get your brush in there. You can use any brush. We got the great Ernex brush to go with our Ernex Cafiza. You can use that. You could use your brother's toothbrush if you want. I had a bunch of siblings growing up. So I learned how to be cruel quick. But any kind of soft brush you want to have, some like a nylon or something. Don't use metal. You're going to start scraping off the chrome coating to this. So.
But you get up in there and.
Yep, just get a little bit of the solution in there. The biggest thing you want to make sure you're paying attention to is right in that ridge where you took the group gasket out. Because there will be some debris in there, and if you don't get that nice and clean, the new one's not going to sit as well. So just make sure you get that part really, really clean. The rest of it you usually get pretty clean just by doing your back flushing. So now, let's say we've decided we are going to keep this. Don't need to replace these very often, so we did our good cleaning with our brush and our Ernex, and that's fancy looking, looks brand new. No, it doesn't, but I'm not going to make you watch me clean things. So right now we're just going to replace the shower gasket, and the group gasket. So we're going to start with the group gasket. Pro tip for group gaskets. You'll see this one says ECM on it. This one on this side says nothing. Also note the slight bevel on this side, but this side is smooth. Smooth side goes down. Bevel side goes up.
Letters up.
Letters up.
Or bevel. Or both.
Bevel letter up. Say that 5 times fast.
No.
All right. So what I like to do, make my life easier the next time I have to replace this. This is not a necessity. You don't have to do this, but it does make your life easier the next time you go do it. Just get a little bit of your grease on there. That way it's more apt to slide out when you try to pry it out. Okay. Now, all you gotta do is come in. I don't think I've ever actually done it at this angle, so usually I make it look easy. So I put one finger in that slot right where the wings would go in from your portafilter, and my thumb in that spot, and I just press down until they're as smooth as I can get them, and then just run your finger along it, smoothing it in. Okay. Then, for this gasket, again, you can use a little grease. Usually the reason that I put a little grease on this isn't so much for making it easier to get in and out. Well, no, not to get out, but to get in, because the grease actually will help hold it. Because again, usually I don't do this with the machine laying on its back. So it should snug in pretty good, but there's nothing more annoying than you're trying to do
and it keeps falling
something else right after that, and it keeps popping out on you. So I like to do that. Okay. So you got, remember which way this goes. Okay. The one with the inner channel right here.
That's where that's
screen side. Yep. And remember, this is pristinely clean because I just scrubbed the heck out of it.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
I didn't.
No. We got to work on your pretend skills. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and eyeball line up the screw with the hole in the center of the group there. Again, things that you would think would be easier, not with your head tilted crazy, but this, I've done it the quote unquote normal way so long that this just feels really weird. But as long as I start screwing in, we're doing it right.
There we go.
Okay.
And so you're not going crazy on that.
No, just like finger tight basically is what you're looking for. And you'll see if you start, the further you start screwing it in, it's going to start to bevel in. So you don't want it to do that. A small little dent in there is okay, but if it just starts caving in, you're way too tight. So, and that's about all there is to that.
All right, Brian, thanks so much for taking us through that.
Yeah, not a problem.